What is going on, everyone? NASCAR Joshua 5 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing my new steering wheel, the Thrustmaster TMX. So I'm going to tell you everything I like about it, and I'll just go ahead and spoil it. There's not really much I don't like about it. This wheel is great. It works. It's perfect for me. It's perfect with my chair that I have here as well. And we're going to take a look at it. So let's get to it. Okay, and now we are on the computer and we're going to get this TMX set up here for you all. So the first thing you want to do is go to the Thrustmaster website, and I looked up how to connect the wheel to the PC. So here's the Thrustmaster website, and just accept the cookies. And you want to go down to, you can also download the manual, and you can download the firmware as well. Did I download the manual? I think I did. We're going to find out here. But there is the drivers, and you want to select the proper driver. So there you go, and it's going to save to the computer there. You can also have some other information as well, but there is the firmware. You also want to make sure you update the firmware. And here is how to do that. Of course, it has all the different languages if you don't speak English. But yeah, just follow the steps here as I did. I just read it very carefully, and as you can see, that's what you're supposed to do there. Just follow everything that it tells you to do. I try to make sure I follow that to a T as much as possible. I do everything it says to do. It says you have to restart your computer after the firmware update. I do believe my steering wheel was already on the latest firmware. And you can verify it here by doing the run, however you do that, where you press run and you type in the command and it goes to that. Here's some other information if you need to know, like questions and all that stuff. You can look it up there. I'll try to post a link to the Thrustmaster website in the description. But here we go. We're going to run the program to install the drivers. Pretty straightforward. Just do what it tells you to do. Follow the steps. Just do everything it says. Press next and accept the agreement. Pretty standard program like you'd have any other time. There you can adjust, you can put the folder, you can put it in a certain folder where you want it. Press next, let it install, and let it do its thing. It does take a couple of seconds. I won't edit this or anything, so we will just let it do its thing. It didn't take too long. This is probably the longest part, but there it goes. And once that's done, let it do a couple of other things here. Like I said, it doesn't take that long. It just takes a couple seconds. And it'll pop up and say that it disconnected, but don't worry about that. And then here's the part where you have to restart your computer. So I will restart the computer. I'll keep talking though. But here's where you restart the computer and let it do its thing. So I stopped the recording and I pressed yes, and I let my computer restart. And once the computer restarts, we go to the next part of the video. This is where now you have to, so now the drivers are installed. That's the first part. And now we're going to make sure the firmware is installed as well. Or make sure the steering wheel has the latest firmware. So how do you do that? Well, like I said before, like I told you, I think I'm trying to figure it out here. As it shows you it even gives you a picture of what you're supposed to do. So you type in run, and then you type in joy.cpl. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to type run, and then you want to click open or enter. I press the enter key, and then just copy what it says there. You just type in joy.cpl, which is basically the control panel, and you press enter again, and there you go. And it tells you want to click on properties, I believe. And I had the little window right there along with the website. That also helps you match what you're doing with the website. And here is the properties, that's basically where you can test everything out. You can test all the buttons to make sure they work. If you've set up a steering wheel before, this is pretty standard stuff for you. But anyway, we can also check the firmware here as well. It tells you how to do that. So you click check firmware, and there you go. And it says it has the latest version, like I said. And yeah, that's pretty straightforward. And I'm just turning the wheel and adjusting it, see how it works, just to make sure it does what it's supposed to. And I pushed all the buttons as well to make sure they work too. Like I made sure to turn, and you can adjust everything. You can adjust the amount of rotation angle, you can adjust pretty much everything. So next I'm going to show, you can also test the force feedback function, so I'm going to test that as well. I will stop the commentary because I have my iPhone video showing my steering wheel when I'm pushing all the buttons, or not pushing all the buttons, when I'm testing the force feedback, so I will show that to you now, and I will get back with you shortly. Here it is. Okay, and once you get the force feedback all tested and you're happy with that, as you can see, all the different settings work. It's really cool watching it. It's cool to watch the steering wheel do all that stuff. But if you're not happy with it, you can adjust the force feedback settings there. I honestly just kept it at default because it was just easier that way. For me, the default settings are fine. I was happy with that. And yeah, then it just gives you some extra steps. This is when you update the firmware. I didn't have to do that, so my steering wheel is on the latest update. But if you did have to update the firmware, it tells you what to do there as well. So again, just like before, you just follow all the steps and make sure you do everything it tells you to do and follow along so you don't mess it up too much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's basically how you set it up on PC. It's pretty straightforward. It does take a few minutes, but not too long. It's pretty quick, as long as you follow what the website does. And yeah, it was pretty fun to set up on the PC, and now we will get to the rest of the video. So that's how you, if you want to play it on PC, there you go. Highly recommended there as well. Enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so we're going to take a look at this bad boy here today. Of course, I also have my Openwheeler racing seat. As you can see there, I got both of these off of Amazon. So I don't know if this is, I don't know if this seat is still available. I got it years ago, but I'll find where I got it on Amazon and I'll post a link in the description. I mentioned in the unboxing that I was trying to use the same, because these pedals look very similar to the pedals that I had with my T80, but apparently they're not the same. So I tried to use them with, I tried to use my T80 pedals with this steering wheel and they didn't work. So thankfully my mom came and mounted these for me on my little chair here. Pedals are really nice. I guess we'll show those first. They have a nice feel to them. They're very similar to the T80. The brake has good resistance, so I have no complaints about the pedals. They're not perfect, of course. They're not the fanciest pedals, but they work for me, so I don't mind them. And let's take a look. We'll go over to this side. So this steering wheel has a lot of nice buttons to them, or to it. It has a nice click. Make sure that's focused for y'all. And we have two very nice metal paddle shifters. All of the buttons have a nice click to them here. They really do. You can hear me pushing all the buttons. They have a very nice click to them. Has a very nice build quality. I like the rubber on the sides. That's very nice too. And the force feedback, so this is my first force feedback wheel. So the steering wheels I owned before were the Thrustmaster Ferrari Red Legend Edition for the PS3 and PC. That was my very first steering wheel. And then I also, of course you all know who followed my channel, I had that over there, the T80. It's sitting over there for now in case I need it again. Those are my two wheels that I've had. Of course they're both Ferrari themed, but this is the first. Both of those didn't have force feedback, and I really wanted one with force feedback, and this one, this one works pretty good. So some games the force feedback is kind of strong, but the thing I didn't like about, well, there's two things I didn't like about my T80. First of all, the paddle shifters on this are so much more quiet. Like if I show you, if you hear this is going to be much louder. Hear how much louder that is? The TMX, much quieter. I didn't really care for the T80 paddle shifters, and my mom didn't care for that either. These are much quieter. And then the other thing I didn't really care for was the lack of degrees of rotation. So this has 900, and the T80 only had, I think it was it 240 or 270? I don't think it said on the box, and I can't remember which one it was, but this one has a lot more degrees of rotation, and it also has the, what's it called? It has some kind of technology that like is able to match your inputs with the game that you're playing. Like the bad thing about the T80, whenever I'd boot up a new game for the first time, a lot of the time I spent was trying to match the in-game steering wheel to my inputs. It took me forever just to adjust that. But with this, whenever I go left and right, the game goes like, it matches my input. Really the only thing I have to adjust is some of the games, like I don't have enough steering lock, especially with the F1 cars. They wouldn't turn all the way, so I had to add some steering lock and just adjust the force feedback, and that's it. And the force feedback is really quiet for the most part, unless you're, like, for example, a set of course on PC, like when you go over the rumble strips or go over the curbs, it does vibrate quite a bit. But overall, I love the force feedback in this thing. It is a belt and gear driven system. I'm not very familiar with that kind of stuff, so this is perfect for me. I'm a pretty budget, casual friendly racer. I don't need nothing serious. I don't need thousands of dollars. I don't have thousands of dollars anyway, but I don't need $1,000 rig where it moves just like real life. This chair and this steering wheel are perfect for me, so I've loved it so far. I want to get the adapter just like I have for the Xbox. I want to get the Brook Resolution 2, which allows me to use this on my PlayStations, because this only supports Xbox and PC. So it supports my Series S, my Xbox One S, and then my PC. So if I get that adapter, it should work on the PS3, 4, and 5 that I have there. And I will also show adjust the degrees of rotation on the fly, which is where this mode button comes into play. Also, you have an Xbox button as well for when you're on the Xbox. It works like the Xbox button on your controller, but that mode button comes into effect as well. So I will boot up a game. I'll just pick a random game and I'll boot it up for you all, and I will show you how the mode button works. So stay tuned for that, and I will be back with you shortly. So you have two power cords here. This power cord, I don't know if y'all can see that, goes into, this goes into the outlet, and then this USB cable goes into the Xbox or PC to here. Maybe. There we go. Xbox. And there we go. voila. And I will quickly show you. So the Xbox button does work. You push the Xbox button, it brings it up. All right. So I'm going to show some Forza Motorsport. Let's launch that. Okay. We're going to try out some Forza Motorsport. Hopefully you all can see okay. Oh, come on. Now it says it's been doing this sometimes. Hold on a second. It does that randomly. Sometimes it'll say I'm not. Yeah, the buttons all work. You have the menu button, the view back button here. Yeah, you can do everything. The paddle shifters work. It does have a native UI compatibility, so you can use it in the user interface wherever you're playing at. So that's kind of nice. This thing is very nice. I love it. Now we'll play some Forza. If the internet works this time, my internet's working, but for some reason it's not working on here. Let's try again. You gonna work this time, please? Come on. There we go. Okay, we'll go to the main menu. I will show my settings. Let me, hold on. I'm gonna record the gameplay as well. Alright, so I will show my settings here. Here are my driving assists that I have currently. Simulation, I have simulation steering, that's recommended for steering wheels. I have manual shifting. And then, let's see, so here are my, I have the default wheel maps, so whatever the default mapping, I haven't changed that. Excuse me, here are my wheel settings. Feel free to copy these if you'd like. I have degrees of rotation at 900. It says to map that to the same as your steering wheel. My steering wheel is 900, so that's what I did. The T150, which is the PlayStation version of this, has 1080, so 1080 degrees of rotation. Force feedback. I also followed a guide on YouTube on force feedback as well. I'll try to put that in the description as well. Here are all my settings. I did see that these two here, the steering sensitivity and linearity, are best to keep at 50. And those are my advanced wheel settings. And that's it. So let's just do a little gameplay here. Let's see. Since F1 is at Spa this weekend, we will take an F1 car. What do we want to take? I'll drive the McLaren, in case my buddy is watching this. Drive the McLaren MP4-4 from 1988. We'll go to Spa, full circuit. We'll do 2 laps. We don't want any rain right now. We'll do mostly clear. We'll turn the drive guitars off for now. And then standing start. When I get on track, I'll show you how to adjust the degrees of rotation. Don't remember, there's 4 different, so the mode light will blink green either once, twice, 3 times, or 4 times. I don't remember exactly. I think the first blink is like 270, the second is like 570, or something like that. I'll try to post it in the video if I don't remember. And it does work, so I will show you. Here's how it looks currently. As you can see, it's matched my input. So we won't accelerate yet. So what you want to do is you press and hold the mode button, and you press right on the D-pad. So you press and hold, right. It'll blink once. Hopefully you all seen that. So that's the first setting. Press it again. It'll blink again. That's twice. Press and hold it again, right. It'll blink 3 times. Press again. Now when it blinks 4 times, that means that you're in the 900 degrees of rotation, which is what you want. And as you can see, it still looks fine. Let's get to driving. Yeah. It's matching my inputs just fine. Feels great. Oh crap, I cut the corner. I thought I could take that flight out, but I can't. But as you can see the force feedback here. I don't have it turned up too high, because you don't want it too high, because then your wheel will be clipping. You don't want that. But I love the vibrations, you know. I don't think this force feedback is the strongest with this wheel, but it's still fine for me. I don't need it too strong, but it depends on personal preference though. It all depends on what you prefer. So I've tried this on, I don't do well talking and driving. So I've tested this on PC as well. I've tested it on Assetto Corsa, Automobilista 2, what else did I try it on? Le Mans Ultimate. I've tried it on a few different sims, and honestly, it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun with this. I really have no complaints. I've told my mom the only thing I don't like is that I can't play it on PlayStation, but I'm hoping to take care of that in the coming months or so. But overall, I'm still very happy with it. I don't really have any complaints. Like it, you know, it's just fine for me. It works, and I've had a lot of miles on this thing already. Yeah, see, before I couldn't hardly get the car to turn, but now it'll turn, so. Do one more lap and see if I can go without cutting the track. Oh, I forgot I made this 2 laps anyway. Oh, there we go. Bad hairpin, that's okay. Not trying to set a record or anything. We'll have to lift going up our rear shear. There we go, we did lift a little bit. Much better turn. Of course, with these older cars, you do have to lift. You can't take it flat out like you can now. Overall, like I said, this feels great. I've loved this thing so far. I've got it all set up on pretty much most of my games, and I love it. Of course, I will upload gameplay videos from the steering wheel on different games. Yeah, I actually got this, my family actually got this for me on Amazon Prime Day, so it was actually cheaper, so that was kind of nice as well. Got a steal on this thing. I love driving around Spa, it's a great track, I really enjoyed it. pedals feel nice as well. They're not the most high-tech pedals, but they'll work. You can actually upgrade this. I'll just let that keep going. You can actually upgrade with the Thrustmaster ecosystem. So you can get the T3 PA pedals. You can get a shifter as well. I think it's the TH8A shifter, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you can get a lot of, you can upgrade this setup as well. So if you don't like the pedals, you can upgrade it. The wheel is not changeable though. A lot of the higher expensive wheels, you can replace the rim, but this one you can't. So overall, a great experience. I love it. I'm enjoying it. I can't think of anything I don't like. The buttons all have a nice click. The force feedback feels great. The adjustment of the rotation is real easy. Push the mode button and let go and hold the, or you push the mode button and then press the right button on the D-pad here. Then another thing I didn't like about the T80 was the D-pad was kind of annoying. And this one feels much better. You'll see. Oh, I got an outfit, nice. But yeah, see the D-pad is much nicer. It does have a little bit of a louder click, but I don't mind that. But yeah, overall I'm very happy and I've enjoyed this thing so far. My buddy also came over and tried it and she enjoyed it as well. And yeah, overall I'm very happy. So this has been the review of the Thrustmaster TMX. If you're looking for a budget steering wheel with force feedback, I highly recommend this thing. I found it on Amazon, brand new, and it works great. So hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. And stay tuned, I have plenty of videos ready to go for this, or not ready to go, but I've got plenty of videos I want to make for this steering wheel, as I've tried plenty of games now. So stay tuned for that, for more videos on the TMX. The T80 has now been retired, so hopefully I won't need it for the foreseeable future, and hopefully for a long time. I plan on using this thing for months, years to come. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the review, and I'll catch you next time. See you later, everybody, and subscribe as well.